Are you trying to grow as a person, become more spiritually connected, or create a better life? But you're plagued by limiting beliefs, negative ideas, or self-sabotaging thoughts. I'm Genevieve Davis, best-selling author of Becoming Magic, and I show people how to use magic to create an exceptional life. And in this short video, I'll show you how dealing with negative thinking is far, far simpler than you've ever been led to believe. I'll show you how to suck the power out of self-sabotaging limiting beliefs, and why you no longer need to let any of these things stand in the way of getting what you want. Now, if after listening to this video, you want to know a bit more about what I do, just search on Amazon or Google for Genevieve Davis. Now, I happen to know a thing or two about limiting beliefs because for 15 years of my life, I was plagued with constant insomnia. Self-sabotaging thoughts would keep me from sleeping night after night. I thought I didn't deserve sleep. I thought I was broken. And I had this hunch that because I'd never been a good sleeper, I never would be a good sleeper. Yada, yada, yada. These were the limiting beliefs that seemed to keep insomnia in my life for over a decade. And this horrible situation looked set to continue until I discovered what self-sabotaging limiting beliefs really are. Now, consider for a moment the following limiting beliefs. I'm a fraud. I don't deserve to be rich. I never stick to anything. I'm a terrible procrastinator. And if people really knew me, they wouldn't like me. Now, it may surprise you to know that these are all things I thought about myself at some point in my life. Now, we tend to assume that our beliefs are something true about us. They say something deep and meaningful about our nature, about our character, or who we are as a person. We imagine they're somehow lodged within us, stored up, ready to affect and influence everything we do. But I want to encourage you to look at these beliefs in a different way. Beliefs are thoughts, nothing more. They are thoughts we deem to be true. They're thoughts we don't question. And they are thoughts that we think over and over and over. And they're thoughts that we give unnecessary importance to. Because think about it. If a thought pops into your mind like, I'm awesome, you probably tend to swat it down or just ignore it. But the thought, I'm a loser, or people don't really like me, well, that thought gets all the attention. It gets given a fancy label, self-sabotaging limiting belief, as if negative thoughts are far more important than all those ordinary thoughts that run through our heads every day. Have you noticed that we don't seem to give the same attention to those thoughts that enrich us? Why do we not focus on our enriching beliefs or on our empowering beliefs? All those things that we think are great about us. But a single negative thought like, I don't deserve it, well, this gets instantly pounced upon, turned into a thing, an entity in its own right. And then we set off on a quest to do something about this belief, to understand it, to analyse it, to unblock it, to conquer it, to battle with it. When all it ever was a thought. Left alone, it would have passed right through almost unnoticed. So the first thing to do is to banish negative self-talk. Stop talking about your limiting beliefs. Stop saying that you're your own worst enemy. Stop calling yourself a procrastinator. Stop saying you don't deserve nice things. Because one of the fastest ways to get rid of a disempowering limiting belief is to do nothing about it whatsoever. Completely ignore it. Stop fussing over it, analysing it, or thinking you have to somehow deal with it. All that does is makes it grow. But if you stop feeding it with attention, it will wither away and die. Because you're not useless. You're not a procrastinator. You're not a fraud. You know what you are? You're the infinite potential of the entire universe. You are all possibilities, all things. You are magic. So in short, you don't actually have to believe your limiting beliefs. Because a belief is just a thought. And the best way to change a thought is to ignore it and let it pass right through. So stop talking about all the uncomfortable thoughts that pop in every day. Stop giving them attention. Stop labelling them and totally and completely ignore them. Try it. And let me know how you get on in the comments below.